Hello everyone, welcome to the course science. Today we are going to discuss the transfer sections of cycles for our botany practical. So in the very first, that is transfer section of rachis. So when we see the transfer section of rachis, the very first layer is the outermost, that is epiblema. We also call the outermost layer that is endodermis. This layer has the interruptions of stoma. After the epidermis, we have the hypodermal zone, which contains the outer few layers of chlorenchymatous cells and the inner multilayers of sclerenchymatous cells. After the hypodermal zone, we have the ground tissues. This is the ground tissues. In central portion of rachis, having the mucilous duct in them. After the ground tissue, we have the vascular bundles. Having vascular bundles in which the xylem is centrifugal, while the phloem and xylem are present alternatively to each other. Moving on to the next slide, that is the transfer section of normal root. So, in our next slide, we are going to do the normal root. So, in the case of cycas, we have two types of root, that is normal root and colloid root. So, the main big difference between these two root are the presence of algal zone in colloid root. The outermost layer is the epiblema. We also call the epiblema epidermis. Epiblema is made up of parenchymatous cell, and after the epiblema, we have the cortex. After the epidermis, there is presence of cortex, which is divided into three zones. In the case of colloid root, but in the normal root, the cortex is thin-walled parenchymatous cells having the tannin thickening cells. So these are the tannin cells. After the cortex, there is presence of endodermis. Endodermis is a single layer having the characteristic with Casparian thickening. Endodermis also contains the vascular bundles. So these are the vascular bundles in which xylem is exarch. Xylem is exarch, that means the xylem is 2 inside and while the phloem is 2 outside. And xylem and phloem are present readily with alternate to each other. And if we talk about the presence of pith, so in the case of cycles, while in the normal root, or if we talk in the colloid root, the pith is reduced or absent in both cases. Moving on to the next slide, that is colloid root. So in the colloid root, there is presence of epiblema, likewise in normal root. Epiblema may become ruptured due to the formation of peridome, and few lenticels can also develop in the peridome. After the epiblema, there is presence of cortex, which is differentiated into three zones. So the very first zone is the outer cortex, which has the polygonal shape cells. Second zone is the middle layer. So the middle layer is the characteristic showing zone of colloid root. So middle layer consists of the algal zone having elongated cells made up of algal zone, and the innermost layer is made up of compactly arranged parenchymatous cells which are also polygonal in shape. After these three zones, there is also presence of endodermis, which surround the vascular bundle and pericycle. Endodermis is also single layer. After the endodermis, there is presence of pericycle, which is multi-layered thin walls of parenchymatous cells. After the pericycle, there is presence of vascular bundles that are xylem and phloem, which are present alternatively to each other. If we talk about the pith is absent in colloid root. Moving on to the next slide, that is T.s of 𝘊𝘺𝘴. So if we about the size of a 𝘊𝘺 is large and the shape of a 𝘊𝘺 is ovate. If we talk about its structure, so a 𝘊𝘺 has three layers: outer, middle and inner. So the outer layer is fleshy, middle layer is stony and inner layer is again fleshy. So these are the integuments of ovule. After integuments, there is presence of nucellus, which is haploid and contains the endodermis, that is the female gametophyte of cycas. So the ovule contains two ends. First is the micropylar end, second is the chalazal end. So micropylar end is at the side of apex of integuments, and while the chalazal end is at the basal part of integuments. So this is complete about the slides, or we can say the transfer sections of cycas. In our next video, we are going to discuss the transfer sections of pinus for our botany practical. Thank you so much for the watching. All the very best.